traditional space alliances, I think, are going to continue, but the modalities for the interactions are going to become more diverse and more complex. As we go beyond the ISS, we're going to be looking at more commercial partnerships beyond the traditional kind of central government, no exchange of fund, barter arrangement. And we have to figure out how we're going to incorporate private sector providers, because it's somewhat difficult to imagine, say, European or American taxpayers paying for services from, another country. I mean, barter arrangements have been politically acceptable, but supporting a foreign country's space capabilities with tax money is a little bit more difficult. It can be done, but as we witnessed in buying Russian, Soyuz seats, but how do we handle, commercial partnerships and commercial providers within the traditional relationship, I think is the first issue.
There will be more intensive cooperation with traditional space alliance or traditional space cooperation partners. The space is becoming so important in the political, economic, and military power. That means that the space becomes more important target when there is a conflict. And in order to be resilient, I think you need to have a more established relationship with the traditional space alliance and traditional space partners.
I think space has become an extension of the terrestrial politics that we see today. And I think there is a sort of a new coalition sort of thing emerging, new space alliances, new coalitions that are happening, whether it is in terms of the Quad countries, which comprises of the US, Australia, Japan, and India, collaborating on SSA. So the traditional space alliances might be there, and that might still be very functional. But I think there are also driven by the balance of power politics, given by the shifting geopolitical balance of power. There are new coalitions that are happening. There are also other minilaterals that are coming up. So whether it is in terms of India, Japan, bilateral, or India, Japan, US trilateral, these are also beginning to look at space as an important part of their agenda in a sense. And the kind of threat perceptions that these 3 or 4 countries, some of the major powers are sharing, it all has to do with the growing Chinese military power, but also the Russian repeated anti-satellite tests over the last couple of years. That's also an issue of major concern.